And that is where we start tonight. Thanks for joining us. I am Rolly Hoyt.
And I'm Faith Woodard. The battle for in-state bragging rights is now just 2 days away, and fans are already getting fired up here in Little Rock.
THV11's Carter Thweed is out at Park Plaza. They've got a Red in the Rock tailgate going on, and last we saw him, he's been working on putting some zip on those crossing route throws there. Carter, take it away.
Faith, Rolly, we are having a great time here at Park Plaza Mall. They are bumping the music in there. I had to step out of the tailgate for a second. Didn't think I was going to be able to hear you guys. And as for the game on Saturday, definitely will be historic. It's the first time these two teams have ever played each other. It could also be the last time the Razorbacks ever play at War Memorial.
When the Hogs play at War Memorial, the impacts are both financial and personal.
My mom, when I was growing up, my mom saved all of her money every year to buy tickets to come watch the Razorbacks in War Memorial Stadium.
Anytime you have an influx of visitors coming to the area, whether it's just for a day or for the full weekend, obviously there's a significant economic impact associated with that.
Jay Cheshire is the president of the Little Rock Regional Chamber, where they get excited about the Razorbacks game every year.
Once it's over, we want people to be able to leave with a smile, to fondly remember their time here in Little Rock, to enjoy themselves while here.
And you already heard former State Senator Shane Broadway talk about some of his favorite memories at the stadium, which is why it was extra special when he was asked to be one of 8 people on the War Memorial Stadium Commission.
Anytime you're appointed by the governor to anything, it's a great honor. But to be on the commission and with my history, with our work with the Salt Bowl and doing it here at War Memorial, it's a special place.
But looming over this weekend's historic contest, the fact that the Razorbacks may never play at War Memorial or in Little Rock ever again. The team's contract to play here expires this year.
And my hope is that leadership and everyone involved will continue to have discussions and figure out what is the future for the stadium and find a way to keep using it.
Broadway's term on the commission ended in 2024, but he says before he left, there were those conversations looking towards the future, knowing that the contract was near its end. It's a future that could involve some new ideas.
You still have the high school finals that are here. There's still soccer here. There's still potential to do concerts here. And I think there's still a chance for college football and other ideas and other teams maybe. Who might be able to use this stadium.
Good timing here. I believe they're calling the Hogs as we speak. And both Broadway and Cheshire said that more than anything, they're just excited for Saturday's game. And I am as well. I'm actually standing here with the man himself, Shane Broadway. Made it to the tailgate. You just saw him in the story. Shane, you said you're going to Saturday's game, right?
Oh yeah, I'm very excited. I'm pulling for the Reddies tonight from Henderson, and I'll be pulling for the Red Wolves on Saturday.
Yeah,
so
I noticed the Henderson State shirt. I think you might be the only guy here with the Henderson State shirt on.
They're the only team playing tonight.
Yeah, there you go, and hoping they get the win for sure. I got to ask you, since you're going to the game on Saturday, what is your final score prediction?
So we pulled our collective minds in there, which wasn't many of us, but we're going to go 33-30 Red Wolves.
33-30 Red Wolves. Going with an Arkansas State upset.
It's an awesome atmosphere.
I love it. I'm going to remember that prediction. If that comes true,
you and I are going to go to Oakland.
You're a genius, if so, and maybe very lucky as well. Shane, thank you so much for taking the time. Faith, Rolly, I'm going to send it back to you.
I don't know. Sounds like a good prediction to me. We're gonna have to see about that, though. I don't know.
I see you've got a weather impact alert. Yeah. I've worn my red because I'm not going to be here tomorrow. I guess red on a lot of people's minds as we get headed toward that big game.
Yeah, you know what? I think that if the Red Wolves win, Carter should have said, Shane, I'll wash your car for the next 6 months. Something like that. Yeah, hopefully it's a great game, and we will have some minor things to be concerned with, and it's primarily overnight Friday night, early Saturday morning. The weather impact alert is still in play, but we've adjusted the time just a bit, midnight to 9 a.m. because of 1 or 2 isolated storms. There is a low wind threat of a strong thunderstorm. Main concerns are gusty winds and hail. Make sure you secure your tents and your tailgates. This is our timeline heading into early Saturday morning. A chance of a thunderstorm from midnight through 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, then rain, and then we clear out quickly. In fact, by 4 o'clock, game time, lots of sunshine and comfortable readings. Not so comfortable outside right now. There is a weak front in the state. Our temperatures are very warm, upper 80s to low 90s, and here is your 3-day forecast with the impact alert for early Saturday. All right, we'll have more on what you can expect Saturday coming up in just a few minutes.
Tom, thanks. Meanwhile, Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders making more money available to those still recovering from severe storms back in January that caused major damage and flooding across the state.
The governor has also amended a previous executive order to release more than $370,000 to disaster response and recovery. That money will be used by the Arkansas Division of Emergency Management.
Check some crime alerts now. Police in Hot Springs investigating a road rage incident that turned deadly. Police say the suspect, 45-year-old Christopher Zutlau, is in custody after allegedly driving his motorcycle through the side mirror of a 47-year-old car, Michael McMahon's car. He then sped off, but a few blocks later, the two pulled over and started fighting. That led to Zutlau pulling out a gun and shooting him, according to police. They say it's all captured on a GoPro camera the suspect had on his helmet. He faces multiple charges, including first-degree murder, is being held without bond at Garland County Jail. In Pike County, a man from Delight has been sentenced on murder charges in the shooting of another man back in April. 31-year-old Christian Buster got a 20-year sentence with half of that suspended, all after pleading no contest to second-degree murder in the death of 34-year-old Oscar Alba. There's also a 5-year enhancement for being in possession of a gun at the time. At the time of the shooting, Buster worked for the sheriff in neighboring Howard County.
And tonight, a man is still in the hospital after he was attacked by a bear in Franklin County, and wildlife officials are scratching their heads after what they call a rare incident. THV 11's Maya Ellison brings us the latest details.
Across the board, our staff was surprised to hear and learn about this bear attack.
Trey Reed, spokesperson for Arkansas Game and Fish Commission, says he could not believe the news he received on Wednesday.
And a 17-year-old gentleman was working on a tractor, I believe doing some like trail maintenance, moving some gravel around. We don't know exactly what happened, we just don't know yet.
Authorities say it happened near Highway 23, Mulberry Mountain Lodge. They tell us the man's son went to check on him and found a bear attacking his father. According to Reed, AGFC game wardens located the bear not far from the scene and killed it. The animal's body is now being looked at by the agency.
There's some testing being done now at both the Department of Agriculture and the crime lab that hopefully will give us some answers as to what triggered this exceedingly rare and unusual attack by a black bear on a human.
Reed says the man was airlifted to Washington Regional Medical Center in Northwest Arkansas, but has since been transferred to UAMS for further treatment.
It's just unheard of. There are some instances around the country, but we haven't had a bear attack in Arkansas in at least 25 years. We know that.
Arkansas black bear population is monitored and studied by multiple state agencies like the AGFC. A recent one even found the population is growing by 4%. But Reed says that doesn't explain why the bear attacked the man.
One of the examples of what can cause a bear-human conflict is that habituation by result of feeding. Could it be a disease?
The National Park Service says in the case of a black bear attack, the rule of thumb is to be bear aware. They say do not play dead, but instead use anything you can find to fight back or try to escape to save your life.
You make yourself look big, back away slowly, don't run. You don't want to trigger a predatory instinct.
For THV 11 News, I'm Maya Ellison.
All right, Maya, thank you. One thing that vet examination is looking for, what kind of food the bear had in its stomach. They'll look for signs of humans feeding it. That may indicate the bear had lost its natural fear of humans. Well, in Bryan, police are investigating an early morning hit and run that left a man dead. They say it happened around 2 this morning on the Highway 183 loop near Davidsburger. And when they got there, they found a man dressed in dark clothes dead. A suspect has yet to be identified, and they're asking anyone with information to call them as they continue to investigate.
U.S. health regulators have approved updated COVID-19 vaccines ahead of the fall season, but so far the list of those who can easily get them is limited.
And the new restrictions mark a shift from previous U.S. policy, which recommended an annual COVID-19 shot for everyone 6 months and older.
Pfizer's shot is now cleared for seniors and people aged 5 to 64 with at least one underlying health condition.
The Novavax vaccine is approved for seniors and those ages 12 to 64 in the same high-risk category.
Then there's Moderna's Spikevax. It's authorized for a wider range, including seniors and those ages 6 months to 64 years old with at least one underlying condition.
If you're looking to get one, Rogers pharmacist Andrew Mizey says it's always best to consult with a doctor to make sure you are getting the best recommendations.
In Arkansas, the rules that allow us to give vaccines here at the pharmacy is based off of current FDA recommendations. So there is some confusion right now out there. So I would say if you're unsure whether you should receive a COVID vaccine or not, speak to the pharmacy, speak to the pharmacist or your doctor. Let them make a more specific recommendation for you.
Coming up at 6:30, we'll have more on the discussion surrounding the new policies and why many aren't on board with the changes.
One more medical headline for you. UAMS opening a new multidisciplinary clinic dedicated to the treatment of ALS in Fayetteville. The disease, commonly known as Lou Gehrig's disease, is a progressive neurodegenerative disorder that affects nerve cells in the brain and spinal cord.
Over the course of the disease, people lose the ability to move, speak, and eventually breathe. And the new clinic will help fill the need for therapy in Northwest Arkansas to help address disease progression.
Arkansas State, not the only big game Saturday. How about this one? UCA taking on UAPB. Saturday night kickoff at 6 o'clock, 76 dropping into the 60s. That's at Estes Stadium in Conway. Great weekend for football. Got to get through a little rough patch. I'll have more on that coming up.